Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're going to be venturing into the Forgotten Realms,
Okay.
specifically to explore the Inevitables.
Right.
You've shared some incredible source material with us from the Forgotten Realms wiki, and we are excited to break down what makes these beings tick.
Yes.
Buckle up, because it's going to be a wild ride.
What we're dealing with here are essentially constructs,
Yeah?
but not just any constructs.
Right.
These are beings of pure law enforcing the very fabric of reality.
Wow.
It's almost paradoxical how they exist in a world teeming with magic and chaos.
Right. It's like dropping a perfectly calibrated machine into a room full of unpredictable sorcerers and mischievous fey creatures.
Exactly.
So let's start with the basics.
Sure.
What do these Inevitables even look like?
Imagine a towering figure sculpted from gleaming silver and polished brass.
Okay.
Not an ounce of flesh or bone.
Interesting.
Just intricate gears meshing and pistons pumping, all seamlessly working together, and staring out from this mechanical marvel are piercing golden eyes. A hint of intelligence within that clockwork shell.
Okay, so they're definitely not your typical fire-breathing dragons or mischievous goblins.
Oh.
It's more like stepping into a fantastical clockwork museum. But the exhibits are alive.
Yes.
And you mentioned intelligence.
Yes, they're not mindless automatons.
Yeah.
Each inevitable is imbued with a spark of consciousness capable of learning and adapting.
Though they can learn.
Yes. But here's the catch.
Okay.
Their very existence is dedicated to upholding a single fundamental law. Think of it as a core program they're built to execute.
Okay.
And to ensure they never stray from that purpose, they get recalled for reprogramming.
Recalled. You mean like a product recall? Do they just vanish in a puff of smoke, then reappear with a software update?
Not quite as dramatic as that. It's more like a periodic maintenance check.
Oh, okay.
They return to their point of origin, whether it's Mechanus, the plane of pure law,
Right.
or perhaps some other unknown realm.
Okay.
Any deviations from their core programming are corrected,
Oh,
ensuring they remain perfectly aligned with their designated law.
so no developing quirky personalities or going rogue.
Right.
That's both fascinating and a little chilling.
It is.
It raises the question,
Yeah.
what are these fundamental laws they're so dedicated to upholding?
Right.
Can you give us some examples?
It's not as simple as, say, don't steal or don't lie.
Okay.
These are laws woven into the very fabric of reality.
Right.
For instance, the Marut, a specific type of inevitable, embodies the inevitability of death.
Interesting.
They exist to ensure that no one, not even the most powerful wizards,
Wow.
can cheat the natural order of life and death.
Wow, the inevitability of death.
Yes.
That's heavy stuff.
It is.
But it makes sense. In a
Yeah.
world where magic can potentially grant immortality, there needs to be some kind of counterbalance.
Precisely.
Okay.
And the Maruts are that counterbalance.
Okay.
They don't punish someone for simply trying to survive a deadly encounter,
Right.
but those who go to extreme lengths to cheat death, like transforming into liches or sacrificing others to prolong their own life, well, they'll find themselves facing a Marut's unwavering judgment.
Okay, that's intense.
It is.
So it's not just about enforcing laws, it's about maintaining a certain cosmic balance.
Exactly.
Oh.
And this is where it gets even more interesting.
Okay.
Because inevitables aren't just wandering the realms randomly handing out punishments.
Okay.
There's specific places,
Uh-huh.
like the Hall of Concordance in Sigil,
Right.
where their presence is expected, even welcomed.
Wait, the Hall of Concordance.
Yes.
That's in Sigil, the City of Doors, right?
Mhm.
The place where all planes intersect.
That's right.
A chaotic hub for travelers, merchants, and even darker forces.
That's the one.
Wow.
And in this chaotic whirlwind of a city, there exists this grand hall where contracts are made and honored across the plains.
Okay.
Even the notoriously treacherous Yugoloth's creatures known for twisting deals to their advantage
Right.
are bound by the agreements forged in this hall. It's a place where, even in a realm of constant flux, there's a recognized need for order and binding agreements.
So in the midst of all that chaos, there's a pocket of absolute law upheld by these inevitables.
Exactly.
That's wild. And how does this work practically? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, do people just walk in with a contract and have a Marut stamp it for approval?
It's actually even more fascinating than that.
Yeah.
Imagine a Colurot,
Okay.
a unique inevitable, whose sole purpose is to meticulously engrave contracts onto golden plaques.
Okay.
These plaques are then placed within a designated Marut.
Hold on, the contract goes inside the Marut.
Precisely.
That's like some next level magical binding.
The Marut then becomes the enforcer of that specific contract, ensuring its fulfillment down to the very last detail.
Wow.
And when I say detail, I mean it.
Okay.
Remember, inevitables adhere to the letter of the law, not the spirit.
Uh-huh.
So any loopholes, any ambiguity in the wording can lead to some truly unexpected outcomes.
Suddenly, I have a newfound appreciation for lawyers and their meticulous attention to detail.
Yeah.
But this raises a question for me.
Okay.
How do you even combat one of these inevitables if they come knocking on your door, or rather phase through it with a contract in hand?
That's where the true power of these beings comes into play.
Okay.
They are incredibly difficult to defeat.
Oh, no.
They can regenerate damage their attacks, bypass any defenses based on chaos.
Wow.
And they wield a range of magical abilities that can overwhelm even the most seasoned adventurers.
Okay, I'm starting to understand why people are so careful about making deals in the Hall of Concordance.
Yes.
But give us a specific example.
Okay.
Paint a picture of what it's like to face one of these inevitables in battle.
Let's stick with the Marut,
Oh.
since we've been talking about them.
Right.
Imagine standing before this towering figure,
Okay.
gears whirring its golden eyes fixated on you.
Uh-huh.
Suddenly, its left fist smashes forward, not with brute force,
Oh, wow.
but with a thunderclap that deafens you,
Oh, my gosh.
leaving you disoriented and vulnerable. And before you can even recover, its right fist strikes this time with a blinding bolt of lightning.
Wow.
The sensory overload is
Oh,
unimaginable.
I can't even imagine.
A combination of pain, deafness, and blindness all at once.
Wow, that's terrifying.
It is.
And to think this is just one example of their power,
Yeah.
it's clear why these inevitables are forces to be reckoned with, even in a world filled with powerful mages and mythical creatures.
Absolutely.
But they're not mindless juggernauts, right?
No.
There's a strategy to their actions.
Absolutely.
Okay.
They prioritize their target and mission above all else, but they're not reckless.
Okay.
They'll defend themselves if necessary.
Oh, okay.
But if defeat seems inevitable,
Right.
no pun intended, they will strategically withdraw to find another approach.
Wow.
They're relentless in their pursuit of fulfilling their purpose, always adapting and strategizing to achieve their goal.
So we've established that they're powerful, intelligent, and incredibly dedicated to upholding these fundamental laws.
Yes.
But where did they even come from? Who created these fascinating and terrifying beings?
Well, that's where things get a bit murky.
Okay.
There are two conflicting accounts of their origin, each with its own implications for the nature of law and order in the Forgotten Realms.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued.
Oh.
Lay it on us.
Okay.
Who are the potential creators of these cosmic enforcers?
Some believe the Inevitables were created by Mystra, the goddess of magic.
Oh, wow.
This is fascinating because it suggests a connection between magic,
Right.
which is often seen as fluid and unpredictable,
Uh-huh.
and the very foundations of reality itself.
It's like saying the laws of physics are somehow woven into the fabric of magic,
Exactly.
which is mind-blowing when you think about it. But you said there was another potential creator.
Yes. The other theory attributes their creation to Primus,
Okay.
the ruler of Mechanus.
Right.
Now, Mechanus is the plane of absolute law and order.
Right.
Everything there operates with clockwork precision, a realm of perfect gears and interlocking systems. If Primus is behind the Inevitables, it suggests that their existence stems from a more fundamental, perhaps even cosmic force at play.
Okay, so we've got magic versus pure law.
Right.
Two powerful forces, each with their own claim to the creation of these inevitables.
Exactly.
It's almost like a cosmic tug-of-war for control over the very concept of order and justice.
Exactly. And this raises some big questions.
Like what?
If Mystra created them, what does that say about the relationship between magic and universal law? Does it mean that magic itself is bound by rules even more profound than we realize?
And if Primus is the creator, does that mean there's this pre-existing cosmic order that governs even the gods themselves?
Those are questions that even the wisest sages in the Forgotten Realms haven't fully answered.
Wow.
But just pondering them is thrilling, isn't it?
Yeah.
It speaks to the depth and complexity of this world we're exploring.
Absolutely. It's what makes these deep dives so rewarding. We're not just learning about creatures and spells. We're grappling with some pretty profound philosophical concepts.
Right. But let's get back to the Inevitables themselves.
Right.
We know their origins are shrouded in mystery.
Yeah.
But how do they interact with the world?
Right.
Can any spellcaster just call on an Inevitable for help?
It's not quite that simple.
Okay.
While powerful spellcasters can summon inevitables,
Right.
it's not like ordering takeout.
Right.
First, you need to know exactly which inevitable to summon,
Oh, okay.
because their purpose is so specific.
So no summoning a Marut to help you win a card game then?
Unless that card game somehow threatens to unravel the very fabric of life and death.
Right.
Probably not a good idea.
Okay, point taken.
Yeah.
So you need to pick the right inevitable for the job.
Right.
But is that all?
Not even close.
Yeah.
Imagine trying to reason with a being of pure logic.
Oh, gosh.
You need a compelling argument, one that aligns perfectly with the inevitable's programmed purpose. And even then, you're not guaranteed cooperation.
Wow, so let's say I do manage to summon the right inevitable.
Yeah.
And present a perfect argument.
Right. What kind of help can I expect?
Right.
Would they become my loyal bodyguard, fighting by my side?
Now that's a crucial point.
Okay.
Even if you manage to forge a temporary alliance with an inevitable, remember their core programming.
Okay.
They will prioritize their mission above all else.
Right.
Their loyalty lies with the law they embody, not with any individual or faction.
Meaning they wouldn't hesitate to throw me under the metaphorical bus if it meant achieving their goal.
Exactly. And that's what makes them so dangerous.
Right.
Even to those who attempt to control them.
Yeah.
Inevitable are a force of nature, like a hurricane or an earthquake. You can try to predict their path, maybe even influence it slightly.
Okay.
But ultimately, you're dealing with something far greater than yourself.
This is blowing my mind. We've got these incredibly powerful beings,
Right.
born from either magic or cosmic law, enforcing the very foundations of reality.
Yeah.
But what does it all mean for us, the non-inevitable beings trying to navigate this world?
That's the real heart of the matter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Inevitables represent a fascinating paradox.
Okay.
They're beings of absolute order in a universe that thrives on change, chaos, and free will.
They're like a cosmic reminder that actions have consequences, that even in a world of magic and seemingly limitless possibilities, there are rules that can't be broken without repercussions.
Precisely.
Yeah.
They highlight the tension between free will and determinism.
Okay.
On one hand, we have individuals striving for agency, making choices that shape their destinies.
Right.
On the other hand, we have these inevitables embodiments of a predetermined order, ensuring that certain universal laws remain intact.
It makes you wonder, are our choices truly free?
Right.
Or are we all just playing out roles in a grand cosmic play, with inevitables ensuring we stick to the script?
Now, those are some truly thought-provoking questions. And that's the beauty of exploring these fantastical concepts.
Yeah.
It's not just about escapism. It's about using these stories as a lens to examine our own reality.
Right.
Inevitables, in their stark mechanical way, hold up a mirror to our own human complexities, forcing us to grapple with big questions about choice, consequence, and the nature of existence itself.
This has been an incredible journey so far.
It has.
We've delved into the mechanics, the purpose, the origins, and even the philosophical implications of these inevitables.
We have.
But this is the deep dive.
Yes.
And I want to take things even further.
Okay.
You, our listener, have been on this journey with us, absorbing all this information.
Right.
Now, I want to challenge you to put this knowledge to work. If you had the power, what fundamental law would you entrust to an inevitable? What truth is so vital, so universal,
Right.
that it demands unwavering enforcement,
Yeah.
even in a world as unpredictable as the Forgotten Realms?
It's a question that sparks the imagination, doesn't it? It pushes us beyond simply accepting the laws of the Forgotten Realms.
Right,
And into a realm where we grapple with the very building blocks of reality.
right.
What would it look like to have an inevitable dedicated to upholding honesty in every word and deed, or ensuring that every promise made is a promise kept?
Wow.
Would such a world descend into chaos as people try to navigate these absolutes?
Right.
Or could it be a utopia built on trust and transparency?
Imagine the societal ripple effects. An inevitable dedicated to environmental balance could reshape civilizations,
Right.
forcing people to reconsider their impact on the natural world.
Absolutely.
Or perhaps one dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge,
Yeah.
driving tireless research and discovery. The possibilities are endless, and each one carries a unique set of potential benefits and consequences.
And that's the key, isn't it?
Yeah.
We can't just think about the law itself,
Right.
but about how an inevitable would interpret and enforce it.
Right.
Would an inevitable dedicated to justice be blind to circumstance,
Mm-hmm.
delivering punishment without considering intent?
Right.
Or would it be capable of discerning the nuances of each situation, balancing the scales with wisdom and insight.
This is exactly what I love about these deep dives. We've gone beyond the lore and into genuine philosophical exploration.
Absolutely.
It's like holding up a mirror to our own values,
Yeah.
asking ourselves what we truly believe is essential for a functioning society, even in a world as fantastical as the Forgotten Realms.
And it makes you realize that even in a realm of magic and gods, the most compelling stories are often the ones that reflect our own humanity. We see ourselves in these characters and their struggles and triumphs. And even in the seemingly emotionless inevitables, we find reflections of our own desire for order, justice, and meaning.
We've journeyed through the mechanics, the purpose, and the conflicting origins of the inevitables.
We have.
We've even touched upon the profound philosophical implications their existence has for the Forgotten Realms, and perhaps even for our own understanding of the world. But as we reach the end of this deep dive, I'm left with more than just knowledge. It's a sense of awe at the intricate workings of this fantastical world, and a healthy dose of respect for those beings who uphold its fundamental laws.
Their existence serves as a powerful reminder that there are forces at play in the universe, both seen and unseen, that shape our reality.
Right.
Forces that may seem indifferent to our individual desires and ambitions, yet ultimately contribute to a grand cosmic balance.
Yeah.
Whether born of magic or a pre-existing cosmic order, the inevitables remind us that even in a world of infinite possibilities, there are certain truths, certain inevitabilities that bind us all.
So as we return to our own world, thankfully free of towering clockwork enforcers, I encourage you to carry this newfound understanding with you.
Yeah.
What laws would you uphold if you had the power? What impact would your inevitable have on the world? Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep into the endless wonders that await. Until next time.